Hey, good morning, UK time. We thought we'd shoot just a very short video today to encourage you and to point out that even with all the things happening in the world, that Jesus is still very much on the throne. And it won't take much to realize that we live in a world full of muddle. And we were encouraged, as we often are, when we think of that verse from John, that Jesus said, in this world you will have trouble, but be of good cheer, or be happy, or be relieved, or trust me, or be at peace. I have overcome the world. And so we live in a world with all sorts of challenges, and yet Jesus is bigger than it all. So I want to encourage you that this is a time in which we're living where I think we can actually be hugely thankful to the Lord that we are alive in these days. They are days of challenge. If you live in the States, obviously a big thing in the news at the moment is what happened in Washington. But even if you put all of that aside, the whole issue of COVID, which is international for those of us here in the UK, recently it's been Brexit and all those issues where so many people have been caught up, whether in whatever country you're in, with nationalistic fervour. And I think there's a great danger for those of us who follow Jesus to get too caught up with following nationalistic agendas. Jesus has called us to be different, to be separate from the world, and we are part of it, we influence it, but we are also influenced by it. And it's a real challenge for us, I believe, in these days to think, well, how can I influence the world more than allowing the world to influence me? So we live in days of great opportunity. It's a great privilege to be alive now. I was listening to some talks just recently. I think it was Alan Hirsch who talked about this idea of when people are learning to play a game like chess, they're encouraged to take the queen off the board and just play with the remaining pieces. And if you know chess, you will know that the queen is perhaps the most flexible of players on the chessboard and can go the furthest distance. It's less restricted than anything else. But you can rely upon the queen, and then other parts of the chessboard don't really get a look in. And the idea is you take the queen off the board, you just have the remaining pieces, you learn to play like that. Once you've learned to play with the remaining pieces to bring the queen back on, and of course you can perhaps win a lot more games than you could before. And for us in the church, part of that, the queen, if you like, of the chessboard of the church has been our collective gatherings. Our times together are generally Sunday mornings, but other times as well during the week, small groups in people's homes, collective worship in some building, either religious building or secular. And that's been removed from us. And God has given us this opportunity to learn how to play the game without relying solely on that one or multiple gathering or gatherings. And it's a great opportunity for us. And I think, and as we look at a radical return to what it is to be a biblical follower of Jesus and to get excited about what makes Jesus excited and to look at him and say, God, what is it you want to be teaching me in these amazing days? Then we can have faith and we can have hope. And as we look around the world and we see people caught up with so many things at the moment, the last thing on their minds is hope, whether it's politics or nationalism or whether it's COVID or their own financial or health circumstances, or those in their families. It's so easy to get focused on something that brings our hope down. And yet Jesus is the bringer of hope. He is the Prince of Peace. And as we look to him, we can really see God do incredible things. So we need to return to the cross, and we need to return to what is really most important. And this morning, at page 9, each morning we read from a little book called The Rhythm of Life, Celtic Daily Prayer by David Adams. This book has really transformed our breakfasts. And I just want to read a little bit out of here for you. It says this: To your cross, O Lord, we come for healing, for you alone can make us whole. We come with a broken-hearted and broken-spirited, for you alone can make us whole. We come with those with broken relationships, for you alone can make us whole. We come with the broken in body or in mind, for you alone can make us whole. We come with the weak and the handicapped, for you alone can make us whole. We come with the sinners and the guilty, for you alone can make us whole. And we have to come back to that at the end of the day, that governments will not make us whole. Politics will not make us whole. Health even will not make us whole. Only Jesus can bring that wholeness. And so be encouraged today that God is still working his purposes out as year succeeds to year. We can trust ourselves to him, we can trust our world to him, we can trust our families to him, our economy, our politics, our health, to the one alone who can make us whole. So be blessed, be encouraged, and look to Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith, because he's gone all the way to the cross and beyond. He died, he was raised, and one day he's coming. I look forward to that, and look forward to Jesus, who alone can make you whole. Be blessed and have a great day.